Boys and girls, it's helicopter time again. As you know, obsessed with helicopters. We use them a lot in all the different work that we do, a lot of different search and rescue operations. We are always in a helicopter. So we are here at one of my favorite places in the world, just Thoroughbred Aviation in Kentucky. My friend Joe Audie here owns the place, and he is the one who does all of my heavy aircraft maintenance. So when I buy a helicopter, he goes out, flies out, checks it out, does whatever maintenance I ask him to, whatever upgrades and repairs and things like that. And I'm about to introduce you to the newest member of the family, and we're finally making it happen, and it's about to roll through that door. So let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, Huey. Finally got one. Been looking around for a long time, and this one popped up. And it was just, I thought it was too good to be true because it's really low time, super clean, came from a nonprofit called Medic Corps. It worked out perfectly for me to be able to purchase it. So this is a UH-1V model. So most of the Hueys you see flying around are UH-1H. They're pretty much the same, other than this one was designed for like EMS missions, medical stuff in the Army. And I'm just excited. But what I'm gonna do here is not a normal build. So this is going to be a true experimental helicopter. It's going to be in the experimental category, which means we can use different parts and pieces that you can't use in certified aircraft. They're safe and they're good parts. They're actually better parts than a lot of stuff that's available, but they're way easier to modify your helicopter with because it's, this is old 60s technology. So we're gonna try to do a whole Garmin screen in there, Garmin G3000. We're gonna do a big engine, like the biggest engine we can fit in here, which is a 703. It's like a 1800 horsepower engine. We're gonna do Bell 212 parts, which are all the bigger, beefier parts that they put into the Hueys after, they deliver them to the military. It's like the civilian version of the Huey. We're literally I'm gonna go every mod that they have available for these as far as performance goes, we're putting into it. I want this thing to be just an ultra high performance, heavy lifting monster. And I am so freaking excited. So now we just got it back to Joe's place. He picked it up over in Springdale, Arkansas for us, and we're gonna unload it right there in the shop, and I'm gonna turn him loose, get him going on it, because I want this thing back in Utah. I'm so freaking excited. It's so much bigger in person too. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited. Because what's cool about this one is, since we're keeping it in the experimental category and not planning on ever probably doing work with it, like in the restricted category, we can just use really cool parts and pieces and make it better than the Army ever could have, because there's a lot of aftermarket support for these things now. They got the BLR, fast fin and strake, which basically gives this thing so much better, performance and handling, tail rotor authority. There's just a lot of cool things we can do with this, and I can't wait. Things with old helicopters. This is a, what, 72 or 70 or something? Huh? 71. So, obviously this thing is, how old is that now? That's like 55 years old almost? 53? So, it's a 53-year-old helicopter. It's gonna have some parts that are gonna be replaced. Since we're going all out on this thing, probably gonna get as much new glass as possible. This is like the one good window that we're seeing. A lot of people ask me about these helicopters when you see the spike coming off the top and bottom. That's a wire strike protection kit. Essentially, it's designed to cut through power lines or something if you fly into them on accident. And they do work. They're usually only good for maybe one wire, two wires. So if you fly into a group of wires, then you're not making it through. But if you hit one, rogue wire, those have a tendency to do a really good job cutting. Doesn't mean that you're not going to crash, but it means that you're going to have a much better chance of not crashing. And then the front of the helicopter is actually reinforced with this steel ribbing here that essentially guides the wire up into that rather than letting it go through the windshields. That's a beautiful helicopter. So, oh, it smells like my grandpa's shed in there. Smells just like storage. Well, this thing came with like a lot of the original panels and parts and pieces. It came with these giant fuel tanks, which I've never seen before on a Huey. I've seen extended range tanks, but they're usually like a box right here. These ones are like pods that bolt to the outside of the helicopter that kind of look like missiles. It's really cool. So they mount right here on these basically brackets that are designed to hold steps or the fuel tanks. So we'll probably put a work step on those for most of the time, because this thing's gonna have a cargo hook. It's gonna be designed for doing a lot of lifting, public use type stuff, helping out law enforcement, rescues, recoveries, those sorts of things. Man, I am so excited. I've wanted the HUEY for so long.
It does smell like an old shed in here. Yep. A little bit of cat urine. Yeah. Don't mind if I do. What is... That one must be extra special.
Is it dingle donger?
Yeah, I think that's our headlights.
It just actually takes off though. We start going up.
They're so...
I still somehow crash it.
Hands, put on your safety gear. David, safety.
Where'd the insides of these helmets go?
Don't need them. Where we're going, don't need them.
Have you wanted one of these more than Blackhawk?
No, I've always wanted the Blackhawk more. The Blackhawk always been like the dream helicopter, but this has been the one that I knew I would get. I just had to find the right one. Kind of always been in the market for a HUEY, but I want to find the right deal. Blackhawk, it's kind of weird. I'm going backwards. Started with the Blackhawk, and now I'm working my way through smaller military helicopters, but there's no rhyme or reason. It's just whatever the deal is. So I just kind of waited around. I got a great deal on the Blackhawk, and I waited for the right time. Got a great deal on this. Granted, I'm gonna have to put a significant amount of money into it to get it where I want it, but that's why I waited so long, so that I'm not throwing a ton of money into just an old, beat up, you know, worn out helicopter. This one is actually super clean.
Enemy on your right, birds in the front.
What do you think of this thing? What is that?
This is absolutely incredible. This is the study book. I'm gonna be the first one to be able to fly because I'll be the only one that knows the rules.
So those are your 5s and 9s. It's your limits and your emergency procedures, and that is the book that you will go through and memorize before they'll put you in the front seat if you're in the...
Maximum starter energized time is 40 seconds with a 3-minute cooling time between start. 3 attempts.
Can't tell if he's looking at something or if he's falling asleep in the seat.
I'm just trying to read.
That just sounds like a good plan to
So
me.
I'm going to get you a build list. I'm going to start compiling what it's going to cost, what it looks like, and then we're going to go from there. Okay. And once you sign off on it and you agree to everything, then we'll start moving through it.
Cool. So here's the plan. Obviously, there's not much we can do with this helicopter today because it just barely got in the shop this morning. But this is going to be just like the Blackhawk, how I kind of documented the whole build and showed you guys the whole process. Except I'm going to try to show even a little more on this one just because it's a HUEY and it's a piece of American history at this point. Like, this is no longer just a cool helicopter. This is like an American icon. You know, anybody who's flown one of these knows just how rad they are. So again, this falls into that whole idea that I have of being able to do rides for veterans and, you know, servicemen and women. So we're getting ready to put that program together with the Blackhawk, and then we'll have it with the HUEY as well. So we're hoping to do ride days where we can have people come out and just spend some time with us. So Joe obviously has to get tearing into this thing. He's going to get it all torn apart, and then from there we're going to start piecing it back together with some of the best components available. It's going to be a true Frankenstein. It's going to sit like, it'll be about 2 feet taller, so we're going to put the high skids on it, so it sits like a monster truck. It's just going to be really beefy, and I can't wait to show you guys the process. So we're gonna go grab that and start flying home. Now, as many of you guys know, there was a huge tornado outbreak in Nebraska and in the Midwest. And so on the way home, we're actually gonna stop by and visit another YouTuber that many of you know, Fishing with Blair, and because he sent me some pictures last night and his whole shop and everything has just been decimated, absolutely flattened. So he reached out and wondered if we could come help him, and obviously that's what we do. Go help clean up that mess because they need it, man. It's a mess. So you guys will see later on in the video exactly what I'm talking about. It's gnarly. So that's all I can do with the HUEY today. I just have to sit here and just kind of drool over it for a minute and make a game plan, and then we're out of here.
Feel good?
Oh, it feels so good. I love this helicopter. I really love this helicopter.
You got emotional there, I think.
I did. I like choked up.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right now, there are search efforts underway following those devastating tornadoes that leveled homes and a warehouse in Nebraska.
tonight, a trail of heartbreak runs through the American heartland.
State's governor tonight ordering resources to be made available to assist in the emergency response.
Officials say at least 5 people are dead after a violent tornado outbreak across multiple states.
About that. Now, we want to take that very seriously because that is a life or death situation. Know that this is deeply affecting a lot of our community members here.
We just landed here near Omaha, Nebraska. And this is a bittersweet thing that we're seeing here because we're meeting up with one of your guys' favorite YouTubers, Andrew Flair, Fishing with Flair, and we're at his house. Unfortunately, we're not here in the best of circumstances. His town just got wiped out by a tornado and we just flew over it, and man, that's like devastating. So we're here to cheer up Flair a little bit and to potentially help him with some recoveries because obviously his shop just got completely decimated. So anyways, we're gonna go talk to Flair. I'm gonna be eating his beef jerky as I do because I'm starving, so great timing.